Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Final Fantasy Brave Actions video. I'm gonna make this video to see if it'll do well. I'm gonna talk about things you can plan ahead of time, since they do give us this information for Clash of Wills, the next Clash of Wills, and it'll be Aquatic and Plant. And I'm gonna tell you up front, don't fall for the Aquatic trap. Sounds like a move or something, but yeah, don't fall for the Aquatic trap because there's not a lot of Aquatic killers out there. There's way more Plant killer than there is Aquatic killer, so what you should normally focus on, yes, it's 2 races, and yes, it'll be less effective, but it's better to have Plant killers as long as Plant killer buffs instead of just splitting up Aquatic and Plant and not having 300% of either. It's better to have 300% of Plant at least than having like 200% Plant and like 125% Aquatic, for example. When we're talking about Plant, and I'm going to be mostly talking about Plant in this video. I'm probably just going to ignore Aquatic because there's just not a lot of material to work with in terms of that. So this is going to be a plant-based video, and you'll see this boss has something to do with being attacked with certain elements, and this is a trap as well. Some people might think, you know, some more casual players might think, oh, Rainbow Whip, that might help. But as you look a little bit more closely, doesn't list every single element, it only lists some of the elements. So do not use Rainbow Whip on this boss. Unless the counterattacks are really not that big of a deal, don't use Rainbow Whip. I would surmise very quickly in this preparation video, probably just don't use Rainbow Whip because it feels like a trap. So there's already 2 traps in this video, in this information so far: Aquatic Killer and a Rainbow Whip. Don't use either of those, in my opinion, if you're wondering. Anyways, so we have Bulwark here, who's probably going to be the best in slot for this Clash of Wills because he has 150% Plant Killer, which is very good because he has a lot of other things he can do too. So Oro Blanco's Overtrue has magical and physical Plant Killer, which is what you want to focus on. If you want to do Aquatic, you'd have to use some other units, but I think that this guy's just better because he also has a lot of, you know, he's morale based as well, so he's a lot better than other units that could buff Aquatics and stuff. So if you have Bulwark, hopefully you got him, because I think he'll definitely be used in a team this time because of the Plant Killer. Probably almost only because of the Plant Killer, but also maybe some of these elemental imbues and things like that might also become useful as well. So this might be a good option because he's not elemental, which would be quite good. Let's see if we can equip let's see if we can equip 300% Plant Killer on him as well as 300% low burst damage. Alright, so this is a very good source of Plant Killer. 50% Plant Killer, very nice. It has also a very good attack. And Keeper of Drake, I know some people may not have this because it was an event, but Reaper of the Duststorm is pretty good as well because it gives some attack and 50% Plant Killer, and Plant Killer Plus is from a trial. So let me show you what the trial is if you haven't done it. Here's the Scorn of Antonella, which is this version. It has Plant Killer Plus. So if you go in there and beat it, I mean, it's a very old trial at this point. It still can hit pretty hard, but I'm pretty sure most New Vision units can just beat it at this point, so you shouldn't have big of a problem. So go ahead and get that Plant Killer 35 turns. You should be able to beat it by then, guys. Come on. So if you don't have this katana and you don't have Arn's Jug, you could just use Riku's gloves from Kingdom Hearts 3 if you played back then. If you do not, and you don't have Sora, you might have a harder time building low burst damage, but I'm pretty sure you can figure this out. There are many combinations. You have lots of slots available to you to get, because you have 30% Plant Killer now. And so there's many ways you could figure out a way of doing that. If you can somehow do a water team, you can probably just use his STMR. But this is just a general assessment for if you don't want to use his STMR for some reason. This is not a team, by the way. This is just something else. This was something else. So this is not what I'll be using or anything like that. But Tidus is probably going to be a very good option for people who don't have a lot of finishers. And obviously Sephiroth probably will not be used this time around. So if you have Sky, very good option. If you have Laura, probably would be a decent option, although she's not really that powerful in terms of Limit Burst finishing, but at least it's something. So again, I would just say focus on plant. There's a lot of plant stuff as I showed you guys there. There's a lot of plant stuff. all this, I mean, obviously you wouldn't use poach, but there's all sorts of other stuff here too. And let's check out the magic version. It's about the same. There's some other things in here, but it's about the same. And let's check out Aquatic, and let's see why you would want to really do that too much. Yeah, not much here, guys. Not much. And a lot of it's not stackable either. And for magic, even less options. So yeah, if you have rulers of the sky, you might be okay, but if you don't even have rulers of the sky, you're even have even less options. If you take out the rulers of the sky, you have even less options. So I would just personally stay away from Aquatic and just focus completely on plant, because if you can gear 30% limit burst damage on your finisher, if they're a limit burst finisher, which most likely they are, if you can gear 30% limit burst damage, 30% plant killer, you are gonna do more damage than if you did 300% limit burst damage and like 125% aquatic and 250% plant killer or something like that. You'll do more. You will do more because you'll have 300% plant. It's better than 200% plant. It's better, trust me. Anyways, if you have bulwark at EX0, I don't know what you're doing. You should have had him in the shard dungeon by now. I don't know what you're doing. This is my shard team, by the way. I know it's not really relevant to the video, but this is what I've been working on. Nicole might get to EX1 at the end, but the rest are just not gonna be anywhere, but at least they'll have some shards to them. Anyways, that's not really relevant to the video, but let me know in the comment section down below what units you'll be wanting to use. If you have bulwark EX0, put him in the shard dungeon ASAP right now. Do it. And I hope to see you in the next video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section down below, because I'm going to answer them. I'm going to be down in the comment section, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.